Welcome back to Season 2 of Sailing Sitka. We are Jay and Kenna, two young Canadians who stepped outside the box of comfort and decided to act on their ambitions of sailing around the world. We first set sail from Victoria, BC, Canada, and have been adventuring around Mexico ever since. In this season, we'll be sailing on, further south and closer towards our dreams of exploring everywhere the sea touches. So sit back, subscribe, and enjoy the ride. Last week on Sailing Sitka, we experienced the worst and most exhausting anchorage yet. Although beautiful, Punta Pepito left us with sleepless nights and pounding headaches, both from the 40-knot gusts that funneled through the anchorage. On top of that, we figured out our rudder shaft seal was leaking about 1 liter an hour, which was causing our automatic bilge pump to cycle non-stop, ultimately depleting our batteries.
We're over it. We've had enough. We've had enough. It's supposed to blow today, but we've had enough.
Yeah, we're
heading south.
Done.
So after a series of unfortunate events, we decided it was time to pick up the hook and sail further south.
We're on the move. Jay already has freaking lure out. Here we go, baby.
It was really rough pulling the anchor in these winds. The thing is with our chain piles up a lot, so we need somebody down below. So basically I have to run back to the helm, put it in forward, then run back to the forward part of the boat, pull the anchor, come back, lower the throttle because we're going over the chain, like it back and forth, and our windlass is kind of like, I don't know, it needs a little bit of love in it.
So obviously we left super last minute. We're just super over this anchorage. They did not treat us with that much kindness. So obviously I haven't had the chance to do my routine that I usually do before we go for a sail, which is take my seasickness medication, make sure I have a good breakfast, and drink at least a bottle of water. So I'm gonna do some of those things now, but I'm actually not gonna take any pills. I'm gonna see how I can do. It's just a 2.5 hour sail, so I'm hoping I can tough that out and, you know, become the sailor I know I can be. Because honestly, like today, sometimes, you know, shit doesn't go according to plan, and I don't want to be reliant on medication and set routines. That's just not how life is sometimes. So it'd be really great if I can just pick up the hook and go and you know, be all good and dandy. So it's supposed to be blowing like crazy today, but 2.5 hours, we'd rather do that than stay another night here in this anchorage. It was bloody miserable. We were up 2-3 times a night. Oh, it was horrible. So anyway,
Although there was more than enough wind to sail, we were motoring to charge our batteries. A combination of both our bilge cycling non-stop and a week of gray cloud coverage, our batteries were dying for a top-up.
Yeah, like the best spot is here, protected by northerlies, but you can see there's not, this is very shallow here, so we'll have to be like kind of here, but it depends how many boats are in here. Yeah, so we see we were in Punta Pepito, so this, what's cool about this book, it tells you how far to the closest destination, so it's only 8 miles away, right? So that's pretty nice. Sorry guys, there's quite a bit of wind, and we're motoring like idiots, but we need to charge the batteries. Caleta San Juanico is one of the favorite cruising destinations in the Sea of Cortez for its assortment of beautiful beaches and geological formations. The large bay offers protection from most points and is sometimes used as a jumping point to cross the sea to San Carlos or Guaymas, which is where we came from. But yeah, you see here, there's the charts for it. So there's an anchorage here, and then the best one for northerlies is right there. So it's in between 2 spiral rocks. So these 2 spiral rocks here, that's what we were seeing here. And then this wider bay area here, that would be this here. And then there's an anchorage south of it, which is protected from southerly, but right now we're getting northerly winds, so we want to be here. This is where we were just at before. We were in here, so we were here, but it wasn't as protected as you would think.
yeah, no.
It would funnel in between here, because this is super high and this is very low lying, so the wind would funnel in here and accelerate. But yeah, this is where we're going.
Got a fish.
Really?
Yeah.
at this ghetto ass setup we got. So it got so hot, this melted with the pressure over the summer. We're in 744 feet of water here. And I want to jinx myself, but using these hand lines, we never lose fish. Versus with a rod, I used to lose fish all the time.
Ooh, holy shit. Oh, you love catching these chickens. It has the stripes.
At this size, you don't even. That's a bigger one though.
Oh, he looked at you. Bye bye, buddy.
I want a mahi. These guys are not that tasty, honestly. They're not bad, honestly, but
Not worth the hassle.
they would be fine if we had the stuff to make fresh sushi, but our paper's getting old and the rice is old, so and you don't have cube. But if we catch these again in like a week or two, I'd keep them. It's just like we don't have the stuff. These are way better raw, honestly. Like they're not good cooked, but we don't have anything to make. We're like out of any fresh supplies, so.
Just put a little Jenny out.
Yeah, we're just gonna see what course we're on. We only have like 5 miles to go, so we don't want to put everything out there, but and there's tons of wind. So right now, let's see if I go neutral here. So right now, by the way, guys, that's like the size of a working jib. Like there's, so it's 100%, so it goes up to the mast. It's not the full 130, and we're still making 5.4. And the wind's dead downwind, so this would be way better with a pole. But we're trying to cheat right now because we're lazy. And I didn't sleep the last 2 nights at all, so. Plus we gotta figure out why our rudder's leaking so much, because it's becoming like a nuisance where you have to wake up in the night to pump out the bilge. It's not a lot of water, just like I explained, our bilge is very, very small. And if we don't pump it out, then it ends up going in the engine bilge and then it's a nightmare. So it's not like leaking at a dangerous rate, it's just an annoying rate. And the reason, like I mentioned before, if you've missed that, why we don't leave the pump in auto, normally we do, but at that anchorage we're rolling so much, and because the bilge is so tiny, the water would slosh and then just activate the float switch for the bilge pump constantly, and then turn off, on and off, on and off, without even pumping water because there's so little water sometimes. But it kept activating the bilge pump because we're going like this, so we're just burning down our battery all night long and just hearing the pump cycle. So that's why I prefer just putting it in manual and then waking up like every like 4 hours and then just running it for like, you know, 25 seconds and then getting rid of it, which is a big annoyance, but that's what we have to do.
Whoa.
We like surf at 6.2 knots and we have like a tiny scrap of jib up. That, ladies and gentlemen, is why people wish you following seas, because beating into this would be terrible right now. They're not big seas, they're just like very close together. And like I'll show you how much we roll though. To be 100% fair, this would be a lot more stable if we had the main on the other side going wing on wing. But I think Kenna and I both agree that right now it's not worth the effort to go like a knot faster. We're totally fine with going, see right now we're going 5.3, serve down at 6 with like a tiny bit of jib up. Super smooth and easy.
I'm actually doing pretty good. I don't know why.
Yeah, Kenna just had a yogurt.
I just had a yogurt and I'm feeling pretty good.
I think it's mental too, because you know it's only like 2 hours and a half.
Yeah, I know this is gonna end in an hour and so.
And I think you're just glad not to be at that anchorage anymore.
That's true. I actually felt more sick at that anchorage than I do right now. So.
Yeah, because basically, like, if you look back, you see that big point of land, and then you see how it's higher here, but in the middle it looks flat. Well, that's where we were anchored in front, and like the wind just funneled through there. Like, it was like twice the amount of wind that we're experiencing here, which made getting the anchor up kind of sporty.
Oh my god, getting the anchor. Okay, usually we film that process. I literally could not grab the camera for that. Like, that was a nightmare and a half.
Like, we needed like everybody to just like run back and forth, and like also our windlass is kind of like seems on the fritz a bit. I need to like take it apart. It's just we haven't had like I haven't taken the time really. I just need to open her up and probably clean the commutators. It's funny because last season we wanted that high pressure pump so bad to clean the anchor chain.
Oh, true.
And then like the only time so far, because we're in the City of Cortez here, so it's all sand anchorage, which is great. So you don't really need, like it comes up clean, right? But the one anchorage that we would have needed it was YMS, but I had the pump plumbed and installed, but not wired yet.
Yeah. Okay, not the easiest start. Now we have all of this muddy mess, and I know what you're thinking, why aren't you using your pump yet? The washdown pump, it's not wired yet, so
yeah. I only wired it once we got the Shimano, so yeah.
But everywhere since then has been perfect.
Sand, yeah. We don't need it, but it'll be nice again when we get back to the mainland side, like once we're back in La Cruz and all the anchorages after. Anytime we're in the mud, it's going to be such a game changer.
True.
We should have used it for cleaning the fish stuff.
Oh yeah, I think
we kind of forget
that we have it, to be honest. And we paid like $400 for it. Yeah,
plus all the piping and all the wire.
We better start using it. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. It's not just the money, it's like the time we've invested.
Also, like when I'm up there, like at the bow, like when you run back to be at the helm, and I just put like the bridle away and stuff, I'm like finding myself like, I'm like, oh, I feel like I should be doing a lot more up here because I'm used to spending like an hour at the bow cleaning.
That's the lovely part about sand anchoring. A, it's really good holding for most types of anchors, and B, your chain and anchor comes up clean. Like, so the only thing you might have is like a bit of compacted sand on the tip of your anchor, which is totally fine. You just lift up and down a few times and it comes out.
Yeah.
But when you're in a muddy, swampy anchorage, like your chain is disgusting and stinks of all hell. So you need to brush it, and then there's little critters, and like if you don't wash it, like your V-berth is gonna stink and your whole boat's gonna stink.
True. Woo.
Shallow here, it's only 55 feet.
Aye, what the hell? 21?
3.1 feet.
Wait, what?
Makes no sense.
Oh, that's not accurate. Or you'd be dead.
Oh, we're in 33 meters right now.
Another fish on. Jay's just the fish expert the past couple days. And he supposedly saw green in the water, so
yeah, but I don't know.
Pretty hopeful for my.
I saw something green. Oh, no, it's not.
Is it the same guy?
Yeah, well, not the same guy, but yeah, same guy.
It could be the same guy. After 2.5 hours, we were finally approaching San Juanico. We were more than excited to be pulling into a new and sheltered anchorage, especially after experiencing such an exhausting one the night before.
There's nothing quite going from large ocean swell to the calming and peaceful conditions inside a protected bay. San Juanico was beautiful, and we were more than grateful to finally relax on a beach with a drink in our hand. Unfortunately, the wind decided to follow us here and haunt us for the remainder of the evening, into the night, and even into the following morning. So to take advantage of the wind, we decided to lift the hook and sail further south, closer to the land of fuel, food, and agua. All this next time on Sailing Sitka. Thank you for watching this week's episode of Sailing Sitka. Stick around for more to come. If you enjoyed, please spread the love and let us know. Special thank you to our Patreon members for making these videos possible, as well as helping our dreams come true. See you all next week.